Viewers, what a day it has been. What a tribute it was to India's valor and the heroes of Operation Sindoor. On Kartavya Path, India didn't just march, it made a massive statement, not just of intent, viewers, but a statement that validated its claims of a victory over Pakistan. As Operation Sindoor's weapons rolled past on Republic Day, and I'm just going to show you some of those pictures, it was amply clear what India sought to do. Rub salt in Pakistan's wounds afresh. There might have been an element of theatre, but more than this, it was capability on display. India's defense capability, India's, viewers, confidence in meeting every challenge. And I want you to also see on the ground the pictures of that parade, because you saw the BrahMos and you saw the other equipment. There you can see them, viewers, in the middle of your screens. Other equipment that put Pakistan pretty much on its back. But even if India had not rolled out the weapons, Pakistan would still have been exposed. Why am I saying this? Because, viewers, it wasn't just a tableau. It is also a Swiss military think tank that has confirmed that Pakistan lost Operation Sindoor. That 4-day conflict, that it actually groveled and had to, or had no option but to sue for peace. According to the think tank, the Indian Air Force achieved air superiority by the morning of May 10, 2025. India conducted long-range precision strikes at will, hitting Pakistan air bases up to 200 kilometers inside Pakistan. Noor Khan, Murid, Shukkur, Rahim Yar Khan, all flattened out. Pakistan's response: drone swarms, missile attacks, even attempts to target India's S-400s all failed. Now, viewers, its air defenses couldn't penetrate India's layered shield. These are all findings by this think tank. It's not a think tank, viewers, that is funded by the Indian government. It's not a think tank that is funded by any arms manufacturers, the manufacturers of Rafale, or even the French government that might want to prove a point. In fact, viewers, the think tank says that Pakistan's command and control degraded, and once Pakistan lost the ability to contest Indian air operations, it was coerced into seeking a ceasefire. Now, I'm going to read out certain excerpts for you, viewers, from this report, because it's very important. That's the name of the think tank, CHPM. Pakistan danced to India's tempo. Swiss study on Operation Sindoor's conclusions are on your screens. Indian Air Force achieved air superiority by the morning of 10th May 2025. India conducted long-range precision strikes at will using weapons such as BrahMos and Scalp. Viewers, Pakistan was effectively coerced into requesting a ceasefire once it lost the ability to contest Indian air operations. All of this has been detailed in this particular report, viewers, prepared by an independent think tank, a Swiss think tank, and I'm underlining these words so that no one thinks that this is some sort of Indian-sponsored propaganda. And that once Pakistan realized that its communication systems had been jammed and disabled by layered interception, it had very little recourse. In fact, India was striking at will, 200 kilometers deep inside Pakistan. All those bases, viewers, we struck uninterrupted. These strikes, as you know, degraded Pakistan's command and control centers, drone hubs, runways and air defense positions. It couldn't take off, it couldn't launch. India controlled the tempo of the conflict, ability to escalate or de-escalate at will, referred to as escalation dominance. These are the words put out by the think tank. Pakistan claimed it shot down 6 Indian aircraft, visual evidence for only 3. Viewers, these are the findings. And this, viewers, is escalation dominance. So tonight, questions aren't for the armed forces. They've delivered, viewers. Questions are for all those in this country who called it a small matter, this Operation Sindoor, a gimmick, a failure. For those who demanded proof, while the proof now parades down Kartavya Path, viewers, this morning. What did these doubters say? That Jai Shankar is silent on informing Pakistan. How many Indian aircraft did we lose because Pakistan knew? This is a question that was asked in Parliament by Rahul Gandhi. Operation Sindoor is a failure. We in opposition refrain from talking about it, keeping in mind interest of the nation. Sanjay Raut of the Sena UBT, viewers, the party that was thrashed in the just concluded Maharashtra local polls. In these chutput yudh, here and there, Pakistan has been downplaying India. Mallikarjun Kharge, Congress president no less. Operation Sindoor is a small matter. It's just a political gimmick, says Mamata Banerjee, West Bengal Chief Minister. Viewers, these are the people who have actually undermined India's position. Here's another one. Ex-Punjab Chief Minister. Government made claims about surgical strikes, but where is the evidence? I have been asking for a long time. When think tanks confirm victory and the tricolour flies over hard power, why does India's opposition still sound unsure about whose side it's on? And tonight, will it retract? After all, patriotism isn't optional, viewers. Let's open this up. Let's ask these fundamental questions tonight. Pointedly, I want to first bring in General G.D. Bakshi. General Bakshi, thank you very much for speaking to me this evening. It is Republic Day. It's a day where we salute our forces, individuals like yourself who have taken a bullet for this nation and have had to sacrifice. So today, not only have we paraded the weapon systems that brought us glory, but we have also been vindicated, the armed forces, sir, by a report from a Swiss think tank. First of all, sir, this Swiss think tank, tell us a little bit about it and then the significance of what it has determined.
Look, it is led by their former Major General and their Chief of Staff. It's an independent think tank, non-governmental, and therefore it has no axe to grind. You know, it's not that some report we foisted on some foreign correspondent somewhere. But this was already so very well known. From Austria, Tom Cooper, a military aviation specialist, has been saying the same thing. There is a colonel from the Urban Warfare Institute in West Point, United States, who said the same thing. The Royal United Services Institution, Ladwig, he said it even in more stronger terms, that this was a clear-cut, decisive Indian victory, that we retained escalation dominance throughout, that we were able to strike at will. We took out 9 Pakistan terror targets, including targets in Bhavalpur, 100 kilometers plus inside Pakistan, including Lahore, including Sialkot. So these were not just remote jungle locations where they could deny anything that happened. You see, and it was jungle mein more nacha kisi ne na dekha. But this was visible to the whole damn world. It was visible to the people of Pakistan that the Markaz-e Subhanallah was down, that the Markaz-e Tayyaba in Lahore was down in tatters, reduced to the ground. Their rafters were hanging, their roofs had been penetrated. So we hit first the terror targets with impunity. Nothing that Pakistan could do could stop any one of these attacks, right, which were launched by beyond visual range missiles. They were launched by the BrahMos, they were launched with the scalps on the Rafales with deadly accuracy. Pakistan tried to retaliate first with the drones. About 1,200 drones were launched, mostly Turkish drones. They were shot down. Over 90% were brought down. by a mix of our missiles and our legacy artillery gun systems, which had been modernized and linked to our radars. We shot down their drone offensive.
So,
Then
General Saab,
Pakistan tried an air offensive with beyond visual launch.
General Saab, let me
lost
ask you
5
this.
fighters and 1 AWAC.
Yes, so all these now things have been repeated ad nauseum. Why is it that after 8 months we still have to flag this? Why is it that there are still individuals in this country who want to deny armed forces their due? Can you explain, sir, or even the government, its victory?
Look, the simple fact is that I understand that it is the job of an opposition to oppose in a democratic setup. But when there is a war, in all mature democracies, everybody knows whose side he is on. Except in India, the opposition takes its cue from what Pakistan says. You know, it tries to peddle the Pakistani narrative. And in these days of the wars of narratives, that is extremely dangerous. You may win the battle on the air, the sea, and the ground. But if you lose the war of the narrative, well, you've lost it. And this is what the opposition does, which amounts to treachery. Treachery. How can you sort of peddle the enemy's narrative in an age where we have to win the information war?
Yes.
And then it becomes an echo chamber. Pakistan quotes our opposition quotes Pakistan. So, I mean, this is not the way we can do our things. I mean, firstly, it is demoralizing to the armed forces to be questioned like this by our own people. It is utterly amazing. I mean, no other opposition in any democratic setup, dispensation behaves in this manner.
So let me ask you, Mr.
Got to
Jain.
know whose side you are on.
Yes, exactly. That's the fundamental
Exactly.
question. Patriotism isn't optional, Mr. Jain. Should now, I have read out in detail, and you can see them on your screens, the kind of statements that were issued by the leaders of the opposition. Operation Sindoor is a failure. We opposition refrain from talking about it, keeping in mind the interest of the nation as if it's something that we must have to hide because, we've lied to the world, so, and so on and so forth. It's a small matter, a political gimmick, says the Bengal Chief Minister. Mr. Mallikarjun this Kharge, he came out and said, you see, Pakistan had basically beaten India, downplayed India, this, that, the other. I mean, has the time now come when you at least retract, if nothing else, to pay tribute to our forces unconditionally? Mr. Jain, has the time come? I think you've muted yourself because maybe you've lost for words. I don't know.
No, Rahul, I did not mute myself. I simply said that Happy Republic Day to you and all your viewers. And this is the day 76 years ago. This document came into force, the Constitution of India, the same document that the BJP and RSS is out to change. Secondly, see, Operation Sindoor was a military success. Nobody has doubted that. Certain
really?
clear targets were given. Yes, of course.
So
of
hang
course.
on, just a minute.
All this.
No,
Rahul, you can't
no, one
me.
second. Let me
Rahul,
ask you.
Rahul,
What do
you
you
can't
mean that no
reject
one
me
has
at the
doubted?
second
One second,
sentence.
Mr. Nikhil, one second.
Can I at
Mr.
least
Nikhil
complete?
Jain.
Can I at least
No, one second. No,
complete?
one second. You said that opposition has never doubted it. So let me ask you.
Military success.
Sir,
Now that becomes a problem. If you're going to cherry pick words from my sentence, try to twist it out of context.
Just a minute. In these chutput yudh, here and there, Pakistan has been downplaying India. We are talking about a military operation. A yudh is not a political figment of anyone's imagination. We're talking about the army, the forces, the air force fighting a war. No, one second. Small little yudh. What does this mean, sir? If not belittling.
Can I please respond now? Can I please respond without interjections? My simple point that I've been trying to make is that nobody doubted the military success of Operation Sindoor, but so far as the diplomatic handling of it, the global narrative handling of it was concerned, every single political party in the opposition has taken strong shots at the government, which they must have. You just now read out the statement from Mr. Kharge, who, let's remind your viewers, is not a native Hindi speaker. So when he says Chutput Yudh, he's talking about a minor war situation, which is exactly what Operation Sindoor was. And when
A
he says
minor
that
war?
Pakistan has been
When was the last
minor war,
time? Just a minute. Viewers, look at this
what else will you
individual.
call it? What
General
else will you call
Bakshi.
it?
General Bakshi,
What
when was the
else?
last time? Stop
General,
shouting. General Bakshi, when was the last time
you won't
India,
let me complete, Rahul.
when
What's the
was the
point of
last
me being
time
there?
India obliterated several airfields of Pakistan, disabling their air force to the point
Was
when
it a
nothing could
full-scale
take off?
war?
Excuse me, Mr.
Rahul,
Nikhil.
was
Mr.
it a
Nikhil,
full-scale? No,
Mr.
Rahul,
Nikhil Jain,
you
please
are
stop.
completely twisting my statement. You're completely twisting my
How am
statement.
I
You're not
twisting your
allowing me to
statement? You
complete.
said it was a
That
small
is
little
exactly
war
what you're
in any
doing.
case.
That is exactly what you're saying. No, you are testing on the metrics of the success of what our forces did in that minor war-like situation, but that doesn't take
Minor
away from the
warlike
fact that it is
situation,
not
viewers.
a
These are not my words. These
full-scale
are
war.
his words. Now, what am
It
I
is not a
supposed to say? Minor
full-scale war.
warlike.
That is the.
No, hang on. Just a
Those
minute.
are the
Mr.
words
Nikhil
of the
Jain.
ministers in the government.
Okay, you can
Those were
shout.
words of the
Excuse me.
ministers
Mr.
in the
Jain, I never
government.
Mr.
shouted.
Jain,
You can
And
shout
I
over
must
me.
object.
Rahul,
You
can
can
I
shout
please-
over
Mr. Jain,
me. Mr.
I
Jain.
must
Extend the
object
courtesy.
as a military veteran. Please listen to me. Kindly listen to me. I'm an old man and I deserve that, hearing. Look, we attacked out of 12 major Pakistani air bases, 11, including Noor Khan, the Nerve Command and Control Post, nuclear command bunker. It was obliterated. We hit the Murid command post for
Was
the
it a war?
drones. The drones started falling out of the skies. We hit the 4 air bases, Rahim Yar Khan, Jacobabad, from where their nuclear armed
General
aircraft
Bakshi,
could
was
take
it a
off,
war?
cratered their airways, destroyed the aircraft. And if you want to go by the metrics of the number, let me just finish, please. If you want to go by the metrics of the number of aircraft shot down, 19 Pakistani planes have been shot down or destroyed on the ground versus 3.
General
What
Bakshi,
metrics
was
is
it
that,
a
man?
war?
And you call it
Was
a
it
small,
a war?
small
General
time?
What is this?
Sweat the
General-
What
small
is this
time
individual
stuff? Give us
talking
a
about?
break.
General Bakshi, nobody is doubting the
Rahul?
efficacy of the Indian Armed Forces.
Okay.
My simple
So-
question
so-
is, was it a full-scale war? Has the government of India declared this military skirmish as a full-scale war? It hasn't, which is why the characterization used by the leader of opposition in the Rajya Sabha is factually correct. Number one. Number two, General Bakshi, I take strong objections to your statement when you say that the opposition of this country is trying to play into the hands of the enemy state of Pakistan.
Can you imagine?
I don't think
viewers?
there has ever
Can
been
you-
a government or
can you
any supporter
imagine,
of the
viewers?
government which has ever
Here is
labeled
an
the
individual.
opposition
Here
as
is an
anti-national.
individual. Here is
Rahul,
an
here
individual
are
who
three
sits in
individuals
Delhi.
who are calling
No, one
the
second,
opposition of
Mr.
India
Jain, Mr. Jain,
anti-national and,
Mr. Jain, one
you know,
second.
siding
Here
with
is an
terrorist
individual who sits in Delhi safely in his heated home with his water bottle on his lap, viewers. And the only reason he does this is because it is people in the armed forces that kept those drones from coming across the border. Otherwise, viewers,
Yes.
had they been
And the
able
same
to
people
come
in the
across,
armed
excuse me,
forces that
Mr.
were
Jain,
disrespected by
Mr.
the
Jain,
BJP.
I never
Mr.
interrupted you.
Shivshankar.
Mr.
Oh,
Jain,
come on,
please.
Rahul, you've just been interrupting
I'm
me since
just,
the debate has
I'm
started. This
pointing
is the
out,
fourth
sir,
interrupt.
certain factual inaccuracies which I'm entitled to
Rahul.
do so. We can have a difference of opinion. Let's be mature about it. You don't think it was a war at all. Because you were sitting
saying
in
it
your
was a
drawing
minor
room,
war-like
because you were
situation.
sitting in your drawing room very safe.
As the government of India
But
called it
people,
a war.
of course, it has been defined.
Oh
please,
my God.
General Bakshi,
Please,
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 Can I
correct
please
this
answer?
gentleman.
Please show
May
me
I
a single
may I
press release
answer
by the
that
government of
question
India calling
because
it a
he's
war.
raised
A
an
full-scale war,
important
please show me
issue.
that.
He's raised an important issue. So
You
let him
have
respond.
raised, Mr. Jain, you have raised an important issue. Let me answer you. 1947-48 was war declared? No. 62 was war declared? Declaration of war? No. 1965? No. 1971 when you were in charge? No. There was no declaration of war. And yet we fought all hands on deck. Please, declaration of wars have gone out of vogue with the Second World War. Check your facts. Check your facts.
Can I come in?
No, but he knows.
when
He
two
knows
air
a lot
forces
more.
collide,
He
when
knows
the
because
armies
he is.
collide.
You see, viewers, this is the problem. Poorly researched individuals show up. Then they want to try and explain away an obvious attempt at stealing the thunder from India's success without any contrition.
From India's
I would have-
diplomatic
I would have-
failure,
I would
Rahul,
have
not
just
a
come
single
out. I would have
country
just
stood
come
with
out.
us.
I would have just come
Rahul,
out.
not a single country stood with us,
Now, there
despite the
you
fact
go.
that Pakistan
Shouting,
carried out
shouting,
such a brutal
shouting,
terror
shouting,
attack in our
shouting,
country.
and more
Not
shouting.
once have you
It's
mentioned
not going to
Pakistan
help
terror
you,
attack.
Mr. Jain. Anyhow,
Not once have you
let the
mentioned that
BJP
Pakistan
respond.
was
Ms.
not
Verma,
finding
please
itself in
respond to this
isolation. We were
gentleman.
in isolation.
Okay.
Rahul, I've waited for 27 minutes and I deserve my
Yes,
time
yes.
without
Go
being
ahead. Go
interjected.
ahead, madam. Go ahead.
First and foremost, many congratulations to, GD Bakshi Sahab, because I think he deserves his day under the sun and he's taken a bullet for us. Let's not forget that. And I think he gave a brilliant summary of what Operation Sindoor was all about. Now, responding to the Congress and through your show, I want to respond to everybody out there. A Robert Vadra, a B.K. Hari Prasad, a Siddharamaiah, a Charanjit Singh Channi, a Vijay Vadettiwar, a Prithviraj Chauhan, a Sanjay Raut. Why did I name these people? This is the same rabid bunch which has spared no opportunity to demonize Operation Sindoor, to question the credentials of our armed forces, and indirectly this entire bunch has given a clean chit to Pakistan. Robert Vadra had the audacity to say Pahalgam terror attack happened because Indian Muslims feel marginalized. But I will say something more important. To add to what you said, Rahul, in your introduction, which was very precise, when the surgical strike happened in 2016, we crossed the LOC.
Yeah.
When the Balakot strike happened in 2019, we crossed the international border. But under Operation Sindoor, we did not simply cross the LOC. We did not merely cross the international border. We struck at the heart of Rawalpindi.
Yeah.
We actually destroyed 9 terror camps, including ones in Bahawalpur and Muridke. And Rahul, please bear with me for 30 seconds. The 11 air bases, your audience needs to hear this again. Noor Khan, Rafiki, Murid, Sargoda, Bholari, Sukkur, Jacobabad, Sialkot, Pasrur, Chunian, Skardu. We destroyed 11 air defense systems of Pakistan, completely paralyzing their military combat readiness. But I want to end by saying one thing. Rahul, please give me some time because I've
I'm not
heard
stopping
everybody.
you. You're giving your point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Tom Cooper, Austrian military historian, said that Operation Sindoor is a clear-cut victory, and quoting him ad verbatim. John Spencer, he was on your show. I remember you interviewing him. US Army veteran. He said Operation Sindoor was a decisive military success for its precision and its clarity. And then the Swiss defense think tank, CHPM, Center for Humanitarian Policy and Military Studies, has actually said India struck at will.
Yes.
But guess what? RUSI, RUSI, the final one, Royal United Services Institute of the United Kingdom, Walter Ladwig said this was one of the most brilliant, calibrated use of force and one of the most daring strikes by India ever.
You know why,
So,
viewers?
Nikhil
You know why
does
it is
not
being
need to
given,
give us certificates.
why it has been given such top billing, and why CHPM itself says that this has redefined the benchmark of conflict between nuclear weapon states is because, viewers, we demonstrated escalation dominance. We went up the ladder and we absolutely defanged Pakistan's nuclear option. And that is why the
Precisely.
CHPM says that they were striking at will and the Pakistanis had to come crawling, seeking a ceasefire. And it's unfortunate, viewers, that even tonight we have an opposition that refuses to come out and acknowledge the facts. And even tonight, when there are people from foreign countries attending the I.N.D.I.A parade, they are trying to point score. Was it a war? Was it not a war? Was this political loss and diplomatic loss? Was it actually more than an unconditional victory for their forces? Viewers, all of this is being said. Why? Because there is
And
an
Rahul,
attempt
10
at
seconds.
obfuscation. And my worry is, who wins? Who is being enabled here, viewers? That's the fundamental question. And there is a thread. And I just want to move forward a little bit because you will understand how this entire thing is playing out, viewers.